Hey y'all, it's Drake Milligan. Y'all go check out my self-titled EP. It's available now everywhere. Let's get buzzed.
I never had a reason to go around looking for a fire to walk through. It ain't like me to want somebody rearranging all my want-tos.
All right, Drake, so I got an amazing opportunity to fly into Nashville last night, go straight to my very first Whiskey Jam to watch your very first performance on that stage. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was hot. It was hot up there, but man, it was so much fun. And you know, that Whiskey Jam is such like a staple in Nashville that it's kind of everybody has to come through there, and it was an honor to be there and have a good crowd, and people enjoyed it, so it was fun.
I mean, you mentioned that it's such a staple to Nashville. Why is that stage in particular so important to up-and-coming artists?
It's just it's just that fun hangout, and everybody, from industry people to just people in the town to people who are coming into town to just visit Nashville. Everybody kind of gathers in that one place, and so it's a great opportunity for young artists just to get some eyes on them, and some of the right eyes too, and just to meet people. When I first moved to town, I just go hang out there, a friend would be playing there, and just meet a ton of people, and I still, have friends from Whiskey Jam, so it's cool. It's a cool opportunity for young artists.
That's awesome. You were also up there, and you're showing off all of your Elvis moves.
Yeah.
How much of an inspiration is Elvis to you throughout your life, and when did you start loving him?
Huge inspiration. I was probably 7. I think I was around 7, and I discovered Elvis through actually like Elvis impersonator, just totally by accident. None of my family listened to Elvis. I knew I loved Blue Christmas every year when Christmas rolled around, and I'd hear it on the radio, and I loved it, but I didn't know who sang it. And then I discovered Elvis through that, and went home and started watching all his movies and everything I could find on him. So, it's like it just comes out in any, some of my singing and some of my moves, the Elvis is there, man.
I liked it. I think a lot of the girls in the audience liked it as well. That is for sure. On that same note, you got to perform a lot of your new songs from your EP that you just released. How does it feel to have your first original music out in the world?
Oh, it's cool. I've been here for about 4 years here in Nashville, and I wanted to start on the ground floor and really learn, songwriting, and then learn the foundations of what I wanted to do and wanted to get into. And just fell in love with being in the studio and being with some great studio musicians and being with those songwriters that have written some of my favorite songs and getting to learn from them. It's all so cool just to be a part of that, and now it's out there in the world, and it's been a long time coming for me. I've just been working towards this for so many years that now it's like, finally, now I'm just ready to do it more, get it again. I know, I'm so ready to get back in there and do it.
Well, now you are in Nashville. What has the city inspired you or taught you in terms of songwriting?
You can't help but be better. I was talking to somebody last night about this. There's so many great musicians and great songwriters here, and it's such a melting pot that even just being here, you're gonna get better. You're gonna become a better songwriter, a better musician, a better singer, just by being around it all the time and around all these talented people. So it's it's definitely competitive, but I think that's good.
Yeah, it's almost more inspiring and motivating when it's so competitive.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, tell me about the day that you started writing Sounds Like Something I'd Do.
Well, I came in, I had to write with Terry McBride and Brett Beavers, who are 2 of my favorite writers in town. And I had the title, and I knew I wanted it to be really fast-paced, kind of barn-burning. Brett Beavers actually did some of that early Dirk Bentley stuff that I love, like What Was I Thinking? And so I kind of came in like, hey, can we bring a little bit of that in there and incorporate some of that? And they did, and we just had a blast that day. It's got kind of that fast-paced kind of thing. If you listen to the track on the record, Terry McBride's actually singing backgrounds on there. So it's cool to have incorporate these guys in there and have them be a part of it too. It's just really cool for me.
You're also bringing in a lot of instruments that you hear in old country that we don't hear so much today. Why do you think that's so necessary to reintroduce to the world?
Well, it's all of a sudden new again. Somebody like me who didn't, maybe grew up listening to the stuff on the radio, they didn't have this stuff. It's all of a sudden new again. People hear a steel guitar, they hear a fiddle, and they go, man, I like that. What is that? And so it's cool to have this mix. I think country is such a wide range right now with influences. You have rock, you have soul, you have pop, you have all these influences that can come into the genre. And as much as that can be there. I think we should have like some traditional kind of country sounds just to bring everything in and bring new people into the genre. I think it's great to have the whole wide range of things.
I think people are hungry for it because it's not around right now.
Yep.
Going back to your song, it is a love song. Do you typically always put everything out on the table when you find a girl that you're crushing on?
Oh, a little bit. You know, I'd like to take a little bit. I mean, I'm a sucker for a good love song. Also a sucker for a good sad song. But but yeah, I think the more you can kind of, you know, bring stuff from your life into the writing room, the better.
You said that you came into the writing room with that song title in mind. Was there something that inspired it?
No, I had heard somebody say it. You know, as a songwriter, you're always just kind of like your ears are open to you know, listen to stuff and try to find things. And somebody had said it one day, and so I, you know, like songwriters do, quietly took out my phone and went to my song ideas list and wrote it down and brought it in. And I just thought, man, I just like the title. I didn't know what to do with it. Luckily, those guys, Terry and Brett, are just amazing songwriters, and they like instantly knew what to do with it. So you know, you bring an idea like that, and those guys are going to get something good.
Yeah, and it turned out amazing. I love the song. On that note, we're going to play a game going off the title of the track.
Oh.
It's going to basically be, I'm going to tell you a scenario, and you're going to tell me if it sounds like something that you do.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Number 1, does it sound like something that you do if you start singing in a random restaurant? Like you just walk in and you just start belting out your new track?
Maybe not belting out, but I'm always kind of mumbling, singing. So
Like
it
humming
kind
to
of sounds
yourself?
like something I do.
All right, kind of in the middle. All right, date a vegan. I know you like hiking and fishing.
Oh man, that's tough. That would be tough. You know, if it's the right girl, maybe, but that would be tough for me. You know, I'm a Texan too, and we like our steak, and it'd be tough. If she would understand hunting and fishing and stuff like that, if we could, you know, get on
like
the same
if
level.
you
with that.
could eat your steak and she could eat something vegan.
Exactly.
It would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. 3, would you take a shot before walking on stage?
No, actually.
All right.
I just, something about me, I can't drink and sing. I don't know what it is. It drives me out so much that, you know, and 2, I just, you know, try to stay away from it as much as possible. So.
Good choices. Next one, prank call your publicist.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like something I do.
Yeah?
Totally.
Okay,
totally.
what would this prank call be like? What would you do?
Oh, man. I'd probably, you know, create some character. I love these old Roy D. Mercer tapes. There's a radio station used to do these prank calls, and they had Roy D. Mercer, you know. And
Yeah, I want to hear an example of it.
Yeah, right.
Pretend you're calling right now, and she just says, hello?
Well, this is Roy D. Mercer, and I want to know if you sold me this bad car or something. I don't know. Whatever it was. See, they have to listen to those tapes. But
All right, well,
that'd be
publicist,
great.
if you hear that
watch
voice,
out.
you know what's happening.
Watch out.
All right. Crush on a fan.
Oh, I mean, maybe. Sure. Sounds like something I do. Yeah.
Sure. All right, last one. Bungee jump off the Grand Canyon.
Oh, you know, that probably sounds like something I wouldn't do. I don't know if I'd.
Too adventurous?
Yeah, a little too much. I like to stay there. I don't need to jump off any canyons or any airplanes or anything. Life's exciting enough for me.
Very fair. Well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for your time today. I really
you.
appreciate it.
My truck get it pushing 80, picking you up and later maybe getting one kiss and going half crazy. Sounds like something I